Gotta keep going with my life, 'cause everything's buzzing from my laptop now. Please shut the fuck up. It's way too loud now. Loud down. Well, that also works. Well, I'm back. Guess I should get going on the first things I did. So I made some new caves. Last time we checked it, it was this one, and I believe this one that were done. Maybe not even that one was done. And now I've added these two around the bottom too. And in case it wasn't there last time, I don't know. I didn't keep track. It's all my fault if that is messed up. That one also. So this is the only one that is missing some, and I've kept a little process here going for the seal. This new area right here is down in the seal that I should add. Also, the main player UI slash the hub slash whatever you want to call it has been revamped. I'll quickly show the result of what this is. So you can see like all the weapons are still around here. Instead of the seal being in the middle, there's now a skydive volume and like a little rainbow like thingy up there. The goal is basically you go in here, you get pushed, players get like advice like go up there, and then once you reach that you get teleported into the arena. They might be wondering, what does the seal do? It brings you to a seal weapon area. Well, this is gonna get expanded soon, but not now. I'll quickly show you guys the other caves that I've made. I forgot to pick up a weapon. Actually, that's fine. We can just do all the other ones. So, in case you want to do this seal up here, this like seal quest, that one you need to have weapons for. This one down here isn't 100% done yet, but there is being worked on it. I'll also tell you that much. Of course, the seal still has a little skydive volume around it to help you get around. So if you ever need to get around quickly in this map, a little tip from the creator, use the seal, you can move. These things are real noticeable on the map. Like, you don't really notice these trees. They're just a little bit too small on the map. That one up there, though, it always still looked so great. Y'all saw me place that. That in here, it's very well hidden. But it is over here. You will notice that there is a little pathway in here with snow in it. Now, snow is 100% appropriate to the team. Once you go through this hole here, there will be no more weapons, no more healing, no more building. That's over there. You could technically get out with that, but you don't have building, and not like you can get the icy grappler here to use it. Well, technically you could get the icy grappler in here if you came for a second seal item. If you're on your second seal run, you could technically get that in there. Now, these guards over here, by themselves they won't do a lot, but if they spot you, they might bother throwing these little ice rings at you. Now, I've turned those off, by accident I should say. Although these AIs, what they're going to do is they're going to be throwing, like, ice bombs at you to show the fact it works. What the fuck is up, grenades? Don't try to song with your brother. Please don't. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of curious. I'm doing fine. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed I'm making a series out of what I'm doing right now. But I am working on a new creative map. I have exams tomorrow. So, I could be studying technically. But studying is for nerds. I should probably go do that, but I'm not. Yeah. Not being aware of what you're doing is always great. The pairs these things are like fucked up again. Boom. Like that, and down here at the seal, I should also turn it off. Nerds. I am a nerd most of the time. I mean, technically I am, but I don't care. Great. If I publish this map, are you gonna play it? That's my real question to you. Do you have trust enough that I can make a good map? Then we're gonna do it. Oh, I spawned really close to the thingy. Well, actually, it's kind of sucks to like cut it off. Yay! Grenade will play my map. That's nice. This is seal. Look, this is what the seal looks when it's raced still. This is like the first time you're gonna see the seal outside of its testing phase. The seal is closed right now, and guess what? There's no way to open it. Well, of course, you can put it back into testing modes, the map, but I'm not doing that. Technically, now this thing is impossible to open. You know, I'm not gonna try to edit too much of that until I get that cave over there, then. So, this down here is gonna be a sort of boss fight. That is 1 snow wolf, 6, I believe they're called like citadel wolves / primal wolves. No, may I ask what you are? I don't have to answer. I'm 15. I turned 15 like a week ago. I was streaming on my birthday. If you want to track it down. So basically, the idea is you jump down here. The stairs get removed. There's no escaping up here. If you try to get up here, shoot it. You're gonna fuck up. Basically, these primal wolves down here, you're gonna see them there, really dark. Those are the minions, and then you can see this little wider one. That one has extra speed, extra health, extra damage, and if you kill him, it reopens again, so you get to like leave the area alive. You might be wondering what happened. Like, what happens if you die? All these things will respawn. The stairs will restore all automatically. Same counts for if this wolf gets killed. That's how much damage it deals. You see how much of an asshole it's gonna be to deal with this guy. Like, of course, taking out one wolf is pretty easy, but then you're gonna have to account for like all 6 of them being on you, and maybe I'll add wild wasps to this to make it even more dangerous. Now, is this a good idea? No. Do I give a fuck? No. It's too easy right now. That's the entire problem. Now, in here, there's going to be a treasure hunter one, where you pick up this keycard, and you have to search for wherever it is. There are invisible, like, redeem points for them. Once you hit those things, they will automatically, like, do their own thing. There isn't too much code behind this. You can probably figure it out your damn self. Like, we just gotta scatter these little conditional buttons around the map to make sure that players aren't capable of like finding them too easily. So it's this one in here. This map looks sick. I know. I'm working on it though. Like, I'm planning to add more dense trees and turn it into a 0-build map. Like, I don't know if you've ever played the map Valhalla. You've probably played the Pit. This is basically a mashup of those 2 maps. If those 2 maps had a baby, it would be this, arkirialions 2.0. arkirialions 1.0, it's covered in my first livestream of this series, in which I showed you original, and it's completely busted to shit. It has boywithuke references though. So yay. More boywithuke shit on my YouTube channel. This one just exists to piss people off. Like this conditional button over here. Like there's a random chance this one will be it. That one just pisses people off since you're from here to over here. That's quite a long distance. This is 10 times speed, but still. Like, it's gonna take you a good minute to get there. And if there are enemies fighting, people are gonna get real mad. Although the good part is you do respawn with the keycard. So if you dive the keycard and you spawn close to one of the points, hey, easy redeem. I'm only what. I'm the only person watching you. You deserve way more viewers. I mean, you do too. Not gonna lie. Both of us do. We're both putting in good dedications. Just the YouTube system's kind of biased, but still. Like, we seem to be coping with it pretty well. I've been rising up the ranks. Plus, when I release this map, I'm planning to get more viewers by, like, showing behind-the-scenes thingies of this. Maybe, like, showing lore videos of this. Since this is really my next big thing. You know, the next best thing. Tell me I'm really good. Damn it, now I have that entire song in my head. Alright, now the biggest problem ever. And with the biggest problem ever, I mean the biggest problem so far. How are we going to prevent people from getting out of here? Like, you can just bolt out of the map and get out of bounds like this. How are we going to prevent that? Wait, I think I have an idea. Like, is this the highest part you'll probably get? I feel like this is a good height to, like, put him in. Don't worry, mate. I'll see you next time. It's good to keep in check. Veel geluk nog. En vervaag je. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for this. Actually, I have another idea. It's a bit more stupid, but it might just work. So we grab barrier. Like, I want there to be a really powerful max height to this. So, and I think I know just a way to make that work. The way to make such a thing work is to make this really big. Like, we're talking insane skydome size. Make this like 50 by 50. So that you could technically still walk by it. Still too much, but I don't care. We'll do the deal. Then once we go in here, we go to Cloudy Sky Free. I overall think this one is the smoothest. And there's only one part left. Box Hollow. Boom. Players aren't even gonna notice that there is a ton of empty space up here you can just not even reach. Like, that over there is a line to how high players can get. Like, this right here is almost already at max height. This platform over here is basically max height. Yeah. And of course, like, yeah, it's not gonna collide with the camera or anything, but still. And there's just one little rule. Nothing should be sticking out below this. Like, there should be no space below this that isn't being filled up yet. Boom, that place is now filled up. That's fine, 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 fine. This is a problem. I created a monster, because nobody wants to see monster no more. They want shady on South River. So I want shady this without give you a little bit of a leave. This is so hard to give. Now I got that song stuck in my head too. Why are there so many songs getting stuck in my head today? This keeps happening too much. Better not be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be fucked if that happens. Like, is this technically gonna be a problem? Nope. Okay, yeah, so that worked. Really fast. Like, I'm doubting putting up just a pixel or two more, but on the other side, yeah, I don't want, like, to revamp this again. So, I'm gonna keep it this way. Like, let's see how high you can build now. Like, if a sweat tries to crank up all the way, they're gonna get just instantly busted by that. Technically, I could have also just added a max build height, but a max build height is too much fun. It's too easy. Now you just get. Now it might be a disadvantage to like crank up all the way. Plus, even if I remove building later on, it's still gonna be good to not to have the icy grappler be able to escape. Like here, look at this. You just get like stuck up here. You're just like, what's happening? And I'm like, nah, not too bad. You're not allowed to go up there. Actually, it's fine like this. There's only one concern I have. Does this, like, soft lock in here? Since it might. I don't want it to, but it might. Oh, I went the wrong way. I'm being stupid. Great, let's get through here. I went backwards. Great, now we're in the cave. It's Ark all over again. Very disorienting caves. In fact, while building this cave, like I know I didn't do it on stream, but while building this cave, I was listening to an interview of the voice actor of Sombra from Overwatch. But apparently she's like terrible with computers in real life, and I think it's kind of ironic. Also, this little one-way gate is here, for anyone's wondering. It's pretty cool, I guess. I'll quickly run through like all the other caves so you guys can see what they would be like to play through them. Said right here should be the ice cave. Kind of ironic that the fire and ice cave are really easy to get to each other from, especially fire to ice. Ice to fire is a little bit harder, what also makes sense. Alright, now this... Like, I personally have had a ton of trouble with this. I think this is the hardest one, although I have had other people say this is probably the easiest one of them all. So I don't know if I should be embarrassed knowing that. I'm probably failing at the easiest one in my own map. Or if I should be proud of it. Like, the goal is to get up there and somehow not die. Well, in theory it's possible. But if you fall down, you're just dead. And you have to do that entire portion over again. And that just screws you over so much sometimes. Hold on, let me take a sip. With a sip, I mean a whole ass, like, glass or three at once. Alright, drinking time. Yeah, that's about half a liter. That's pretty good. For fuck's sake. Like, I think this map is a little bit too slow even. To be 100% honest, I think this map plays a little bit too slow. Alright, let's take another try at this. Let's see how many times do I have to fail in my own map in order to be able to show that it's technically possible. Like, up there, there's going to be some kind of sensor with, if you stand there, it's just going to automatically recognize, like, hey, you did this, now you get the key for the seal. There we go. Goodbye, everyone. So that's like the way how to complete it. How, like, maybe you need to pick up some kind of like, what is it called, key up there. Actually, I thought if the Battle of the Deep, you had to pick up a key, then, like, run instantly. Full Indiana Jones style. Like, it would make a lot of sense for it to be in the, what I believe, second meteor section in there, if you know what I mean. Because you have to up there at, like, the top, and then once you leave it, it redeems to it. It, like, says key redeemed or something. Now I'm gonna show you the one that I think is gonna be most annoying of this entire game. I should warn you though, I'm gonna have options. You're not gonna once you actually play this game, because right now, all of them are enabled at once. Usually only one of them is gonna be enabled. So like in here, building's disabled. Fighting is though. There should be a little pocket over here for players to like technically build in, if they're not gonna be able to. Same counts for over here. Don't really know why that would be useful to anyone, but if you want to go ahead, break the game with that. So you see like the way the keycard is pointing me towards the objective where I need to go. It's showing me the way to the current objective. This is the one that's for me closest, for you guys the one that's turned on. Now once you get close enough, you see like this little pop-up and collect seal key. Once you do that, that will be redeemed, and you'll have another point to opening the seal. And of course, what's new underneath the seal, we're gonna see that in a hot minute. I'm still planning to keep building for a while. So this is down here. This is like the last place we need. Now I gotta think of a good idea what to put in here. Or this deserted fortress. There might be some really good props in here to use. But boom, you just take that, you take that. I believe this was the stuff I used in the original one even. And the goal is to touch this thing, and then once you do that, oh, it's gonna start flooding. That also doesn't sound like that bad of an idea. Like in here you have like an underground temple. And I will not break anything. I'm not really too worried about that. Now we just need some floors from this thing. Well, that should have to do. There are too many options anyway. That was interesting. Boom, I think this is the way to go on it. Boom. That looks fine, I guess. Once we've done this, we can actually start working on the good part. Alright, now it's good part time. Like, I want them to instantly be able to, like, walk in here and just be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a maze. I just realized if you watch this live stream, you can technically like find out what's the pattern is to this maze. Well, free entrance to the maze for anyone who gives a fuck. Like, you just instantly get the way to like get through there. Boom. Like this little circle thingy. That's like my sign for, well, guess you fucked up. And then on here we will be connecting this. And that, this little box over is just wasted, it's just kind of there. It's starting to come together a little bit. It's starting to get to the point where it's not like up here you can like see the this is like the little fuck you quarters. Same goes for this place. Let's just build the good way first. Yep. That's also something I like to do. This is gonna be now one of those little shrill thingies. Now in here, I'm gonna get more original. With more original, I mean still loop them around, just bigger. Alright, now you got like this little loop going over here. So I think that's a pretty good dead end up there. Then in here, I want there to be like a way to get to the other thingy. So boom, there's like a connection between this. Boom, well that's gonna be interesting for players to like get through. Then once you get here, you're gonna get to the fun part of the temple. With the fun part, I mean the hard part. Because that's where traps come in play. There will be traps at other places too, but that's gonna be like the part where they actually like start being spammed and like being the main cause. Where it's like more it becomes a trap area than what it becomes a maze. And here, like, yes, you are probably gonna like get hit by a poison dart trap. Maybe once. Maybe you know how to avoid them all. I don't know. But once you get there, that's the part where your main goal becomes finding them and dodging them, instead of like just getting through the maze in general and kind of being able to damage boost it. That will also punish players for taking damage in here. And then there's going to be plenty of ways to get out of bounds in this area. I already know that. Now, do I have an idea where you can go in this map? No. I don't really know which path to take, so I'm going to have to solve this entire maze another day. It's going to be pretty fun, I guess. Boom. This is the part where we start placing ramps. Ramps. This is kind of going to be like the treasure room, if you want to call it that. I mean, technically it isn't, but still. It'd be like a little booby trap place. Like that. Alright, now it's booby trap time. Or that was my favorite time. Like, this is like baiting one of those things. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty fun challenge for some people. It's gonna come back nowhere else in the map, but still. Maybe I can even put a seal item just specifically on this thingy. So that basically means you can unlock one specific item for every cave. Like maybe you get a fire bow for completing the other thingies. Maybe like a ice launcher. stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about. And for this you could have like a primal rifle, although you would need to have an excuse to like have the treasure hunt slash wolf thingy. Like for the wolf you can technically just give out like a better pump or something. Boom. I'm missing the trap here. I'm missing this thingy. That's basically it, still. I want to do this sorta. I realize that's not exactly something you're probably able to do because of the top-down view. Do these things even shoot now? That's my main concern. Since I have had glitches where those things just don't shoot if you place them on the wrong wall. Actually, let's quickly add a admin teleporter for this. I'm just gonna check it out. So we'll place like in front of the hand cans because why not? E for EA Sports, it's in the game. It's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be interesting to like get through that maze, having to deal with like spy traps and shit like that, and then having to escape in a hurry. Alright, so now this is something you need to be like really careful about. I didn't try to make it too hard, although I did definitely try to add some difficulty to it all. Like the main goal over here isn't to like make players die. The main goal over here is to make players think they're gonna die. They need to die in the seal though, because the seal needs to be hard. Can guards wield shield EMPs? Oh, they can't. I kind of wanted to make like guards throw those at you in the temple. I thought that would have been a fun like little gimmick to everything. Now here's the main problem. I don't know on how much memory I am. Probably way over where I should be still. Oh, this is the wrong place. That's the fucking wolf boss fight. I need to be over here. Like, you don't notice how high you get in this map until you actually get there. I mean, yes, it's sneaky, but do I care? No. Should I make it even harder for them? Alright, this might be a little too hard, but still, I don't really care. Actually, do it like this, that you get like a, so that you get like future problem there. Like you either get the option to do the path like this, having to deal with ice on there, but you also get the option of doing it like this, having to deal with like that one over there, and of course more traps. Or you could try for this one where you go for it straightforward. But I don't really care. I'll let you guys do it. Then once you go down here, this is gonna be like where you get to like the, what is it called? This is like the place where you're gonna get your first view of what the seal does. I would like the seal to look really special to people up here. To like really get them hyped for what we're gonna discover once we get in there. That's, at least from the player perspective, there's a different storyline meaning to it. And I think I already know what it is. Like the way I write my storyline, this is actually something real funny, is first I make things happen, then I figure out why they happened. Since for me that's a way of actually making pretty good written stories, but for other people that might not work. But even if you just like make the story happen in your head, like beforehand, you go like, will this fit? And if so, why did that happen? Instead of what should happen next. It's what is gonna happen next. No matter how goofy it is, if you can find a reason why it should happen, then it's happening. Alright, this is probably gonna be a pretty hard area to clear through. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. Now we just need this little zapper thingies in the consumables category. What are they called? Full damage fences. There they are. Like, I don't want this to be easy on players. Like, this room right here should be the hardest one in the entire temple. Because this is like the place where you need to get through the last time. And then on the way back, it's also important that you like get this thing done. And on the way back, I'll give them some extra healing. Actually, I don't think I should give them. Actually, I think I should like give them an easy way out if they beat this. I think I'm gonna do that. Give them an easy way out. In case you're wondering, those seals up there are, like, those things are recreations. These things are not the real seals. Those things are fake in the storyline. It's not like, oh, there are, like, plenty of seals. Down here there are like one-way things. Like down here there's like a one-way gate to get down here. Like, I'm gonna have a tunnel like this set up, where if anyone tries to leave, they like get sent in here. Like, these are basically just story rooms. These ones are gonna be used to, like, tell the story. I'll tell you that much. Like, in here there aren't gonna be any crazy mechanics. In here you shouldn't be looking at for your life. You should just be looking at what's going on. And maybe watch out for that one trap above you. That would actually be really funny if I had, like, one last trap in there. Like, to prevent people from getting in there, just face first. This is like the last threat you get before actually getting sent down. And there you go into like the chute, which like sends you downwards. Oh, it's down this way apparently. Okay, that makes more sense. Boom. Boom. Like, this is 100% gonna be the hardest room. Now, once you get up here, you get like a moment to breathe again. Like, at this point, you should already know how to beat this if you get this far. Like, no, you're not actually gonna die to any of this. Boom. Now, in here, it does make sense. Actually, now I need something from the Spire prop gallery. Where is it? Spire prop gallery, there it is. I want this thingy. Then we downsize it by a lot. Size it up just enough for it to, you know, not be a gigantic ball of light. And now, once you're down here, you shouldn't really be noticing it. But yeah, maybe you might hear a little, like, rust going on. Now once you get over it, you'll notice like, oh, something's about to happen. And then this is like the part where you realize, oh, there's something going on with the seal. Like that's really the big lore part about the seal. And of like the player discovering that it should be opened. Or I guess sort of something like that. Like there needs to be a reason for the player to be like, oh wow, I want to go open the seal and figure out what's in there. And even for them to understand that the seal can be opened, that the seal has a purpose, except for just existing. Like here, even when you look at it right now, it even looks like it's beaming, sort of. Too bad it's off-center. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It's probably a bit easier to do it while walking. So like that. Boom, perfect. That looks perfect. Actually... Boom, now it should be perfect. And just to make sure it grabs like all the player's attention, we might add multiple on there. Boom, like if this isn't like the clear sign of like, wow, you should open the seal, then I don't know what is. I think this is a way to like show people of like, hey, this is like the point you need to collect. Like these things, putting them in every cave where you need to collect something, or where you need to get to a specific point and get out again. I think this is the way to do that. Like have it set up like this. Effect duration, not infinite. It should just be like this. That looks perfect. We're not going to do anything about this thing. If you pick up this item, what it should do, it should like make clearly like, oh hey, you did something, keep going now. And then we just choose further. Like I want the player to notice that these things are the goal. Not to be like, oh the goal is shooting people or something stupid like that. Since that would be too simple. Now we just need to find a way to make this thing the right color. Never mind, that's not happening. I had a really good idea there, but it didn't work. Maybe we need to do it like some kind of other way. Maybe you can do something with the slurp planet fairy. Actually, I've got another idea. What about we don't do this over here? This is just a final room where players need to get to. Seal shouldn't be threatened. And once the player gets on here, they like realize that they should have their purpose in that. Actually, I don't think there's any need for traps in here. And technically, well, that's their belief or something. Something stupid like that. Although it should work. Like, it's definitely a good way to like patch the holes in your story. Of being like, Oh, the seal should never have anything that might harm it pointed at it. Like, the seal is basically a warship god, imagine that. So standing like on top of her should send you to, let's say, group D. Group D sends you to the front of this again. And it's basically like, oh wow, we just discovered something. Better leave. Even though I must not lie, the storyline for this is like my favorite part of all of this. It's like a passion project anyway. Casper, ooh, fuck. No, fuck that, not doing that. Okay, now it's time for the fun part. Trapping the entire outside. Like, walking through this place, you should know that you're like in some kind of weird ass zone where you can constantly be being threatened. Now if there isn't a clear notice of like, hey, you might not want to enter this place, unless you're stupid enough to not look around and get signs anyway, that should be plenty of a sign of like, hey, you might not want to go in there 100%. Boom. Like, placing around corners like that actually feels really good. So I have the feeling they will just someone just kind of like snipe them basically. Boom. Like that. Over you can already hear like there's something going on, but you don't quite know what yet. I think that makes it a lot more scary, even like not knowing 100% what it is, but knowing there's something that's going on. These two are like happy cross points. It's like whenever you have 4 open split ways, I'm adding traps in there. Casper, I don't know what your problem is, but I don't want to be with you right now. Let me make that clear. Actually, let me get something clear to you, alright? Let me get something clear. Alex, if at any day, any point of your life, you're wondering what's going on, this is clear. You are not this. Why are you being dumb? Okay, I'm gonna start the game and see if everything works out the way I want it to. So of course, this teleporter right down here is gonna be deleted the next time you see me. I forgot about like being spawned straight into like the trap line of sight. Then this right here is like the only time you're gonna have to be trapped staircase. Be really careful around here. This is, by my notice, one of the harder rooms. Then this is the hardest room. Still shouldn't be too hard though, for most people. Boom, and you enter it like that. Getting hit by a single one of those poison dart traps down there can also fuck you over big time. Getting hit with a spike trap can fuck you up big time. Like, you get hit by one of those, you accidentally walked around corner quickly. It's gonna be really hard from that point, since just like surviving it's pretty easy. Not getting hit, it's gonna be a challenge. Like, yes, it's 100% gonna be possible. I should cover that up though. But it's gonna be hard. It's 100% never gonna be easy. Meanwhile, yes, I would probably want to make it a bit more challenging next time. But for now, this does the deal pretty well. What's the player gonna do? Notice there's a temple in there? Maybe I should have like a fake seal set up on there too. Like that's your first off, like, oh, the seal is, there's something special to it. Like the people in here, those are gonna be like the people who this entire story is gonna circulate about, probably. The people who made this temple. Boom. Tell me this doesn't look great in one way or another. There we go, look at this. If that's not magical to you, then I don't know what will be. Well, anyways, that means it's time for now setting up the next part. Actually getting the seal to work. It's always been the hardest part. Like, I think the way how this should work is if any of them are failing, then should immediately be like, oh, you weren't worthy or something. Okay, so store state per player. Then I need a HUD message device with either has a succeed or fail prompt. So message recipient. That's gonna be only the, what is it called? During player. Not worthy of lifting. Actually, it should be opening the seal. Did I spell it right? 100% not. Do I care? No. A player has opened the seal. There we go. That's beautiful. Guess who's back? Back again. Said he's back. Sell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? On check result off, it should go to the HUD message device, and the one that shows no number right next to it is the fail prompt. Show. Boom. In case it succeeds, it should go on to the next one. So it's gonna go switch 8 now. Switch 8. Check state there. This is gonna get to you 5 times. So that's 2 conditions, 3, 4, 5 conditions. If I put 9 in here, that should just work. Switch 9. There it is. And then it should check state. Boom. Switch 9 should do the same to switch 10. But for this one, I'm just gonna type in 1 because that works always. Good on that, like all the 10s and 11s are gonna show up. Switch 10. That's gonna check state. This one's gonna check for 11. Switch 11. Not to turn on, it should check state. Boom. So if this one gets checked, now it should only do number 8. That's a rule. So then it goes 8. It goes to number 9, number 10, number 11, and this one should be the completionist then. So this one actually opens the seal. Now we gotta get the movement ID for this thing. So it's just the straight on prop mover and the skydive volume 2. Those two should both do their own thing. So skydive volume 2 should disable, and the straight on prop mover should turn itself, should advance. Boom. That's set up now. It should also handle a trigger, which is gonna cause it to reset. How long should you have to enter the seal? I would say like what, 30 to 15 seconds. I don't know how long the seal takes to go down completely. That's probably a problem. So it's prop, then it's prop mover, the original, and it should reverse. Save all of that. Then it should get into the trigger delay. This is going to be the big question of how long it's going to take for it to go back. I would say 30 to 45 seconds should be fine. Okay, now there are 2 parts missing to this entire system. It's the way to like check the first switch and the way to turn all of them on. Well, the first one's going to be pretty easy since I have a really misspelled thingy on it for that, but that shouldn't really matter. Here, treasure, because I don't know how to spell things. It's called basically treasure. Oh no, wrong button. It should be on here to turn it on. Once that happens, it will basically loop the system back to boom. Now it's gonna start working. And that didn't save at all. Try again. For sure. And on trigger. There it goes. Go through, please. There it goes. Now this switch 8 one, I'm gonna make that turn on whenever you travel through the teleporter up here. So let's go in here. On enter, it should go to switch 8. 8, 8, 8, 8. Turn on. Boom. That's the first two setup. Now, the next one should also be pretty easy, since that one just requires us going to the wolf boss and checking out which one that should be. Since we just did the switch 8, now we can do switch 9 already. So I know the one down here is the boss, because, you know, I made it. So that's switch 9. Turn on. So that one done, that one done, that one done. That just leaves the fire cave and the original one. Now I'm gonna make, if that one was switch 9, I'm gonna double check that. This one should then like be the, if you walk through there, that should be the condition of turning the next one on. So 9 gets turned on by eliminating like the wolf boss. That one gets done by the trigger. Then this one by the original mutator zone with the code name. That should then cause this thing to turn on. That basically just leaves the ice skating one. In other words, my least favorite. Mutator zone device. On player entering zone. That's it. That's the only command it really needs. It still leaves one question. I kind of want to do something with that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. So what I'm just going to do, so I'm just going to put in there like a, what is it called? I kind of want to do capture area, not sure if that's going to work though. I'm going to do it another way. However, how? That's my really big question. How are we going to make this somehow work? Maybe consumables has some answer for it. Like, there should be a reason for the player to be like, yeah, I want to go up there. You know what? I have an idea. This will just teleport you out again. It's a real, like, we've done it already, but I don't really care. Group G to G. That's fine. Switch 11 on entered. On enter, it should go to switch 11. There it goes. Turn on. Okay, now we just place this up there. This is really the only way how we're gonna make players like notice to get up here. If this doesn't scream go to me, then I don't know what does. And it's just got underneath the terrain. Great, love that, love all of it. I love it, I love it. I love the fear, I love the way you make the bad things run away. Hey, 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 yeah. That song also stays like stuck in your head whenever you listen to it for the first time. Boom, that one should work. Now, you should just be turned off, and that should work. Tomorrow's playtesting day. For now, I think it's time to say goodbye. Like always, I wish you all the best of luck, and fate is